Welcome back to the next installment on Quick Flips. We got a couple of these recently. Over to my left, which is off camera I think, is a Cadillac ATS that we're just finishing up. And we just wrapped up and sold and got a trade-in on that 2015 Acadia that we did a little flip on. That one is gone, but we took this Malibu in on trade for it. This is not a wrecked car, but she does need an engine. It's a 2012 2.4, and it's jump time, which is somewhat common on those little 2.4s. Otherwise, it's a pretty clean car. We'll do a little walk around. I wasn't even 100% sure if we were going to do anything with it, but I figured since I'm going to take a day doing the engine install, pull out, install, whatever, all of it, figured why not just put the camera up and video. So it's going to be mostly a time lapse. We're going to see how quickly we can do it. I think the book on this is about 8 hours. We're going to try to beat that. So as we get into it here, we'll start a timer and then just see how long it'll take for this. I've never done a 2.4 before. This is a 3.6. I've done a bunch of 3.6s. Those I know I can beat the book time on. 2.4 we'll just have to see because you always run into new things as you're going through. But we're going to try to get through with this guy as fast as we possibly can here and have a run in yet today. It'll be a one-part series, and then we'll ship this car out to be sold. And I mean, maybe it won't be shipped. All right, maybe it'll just go to the person down the street. But we're going to try to sell it afterwards. As you can see, for the most part, this is a clean little car. I think it'll be a really easy sell if somebody just needs a cheap runner car around. This driver's side is pretty much perfect the whole way down through. I mean, maybe there's a door ding or something somewhere, but really not bad shape. And then 145,000 miles on it. There is a little scrape here that actually happened when it was being loaded onto the trailer. Unfortunately, I didn't even get a little, yeah, I even caught it pretty good right there. But that's the majority of the damage on it, and we'll touch that up with paint. Not doing anything too serious because it's just not that valuable. Little spot of rust here, but underneath of it, I did look under it a little bit. Looks pretty clean. And then as you come around the back here, we do have, it must have been a government car. I know a lot of these did get, for different government departments. So must have had an antenna or something there. And a few scrapes along the rear area there that kind of typical if you put luggage or anything in and out. Otherwise, that is the whole, outside of it. Interior is very clean. Very happy with the condition of it, and sometimes these seats in particular get real stained, but these ones are in really nice shape. A little wear from getting in and out, but no nothing significant, and just two holes there, which we could actually probably replace that piece, which must have been for the radio that was attached to the trunk lid. I will pop in the driver's side here quick. We'll just try to turn it over so you can hear the old timing chains that it sort of sounds like, I don't know, like an unoiled bicycle chain underneath there right now. Yeah, she's in there slapping. So what I want to do then is we are going to set a timer. It is 11:20. It'll be another 5 minutes or so before I get actually hit the timer, but that's pretty rough on the time. And we'll see how fast we can get this thing done. Hopefully we can beat that book time. And I don't have the exact book time. I just know they said it was around 8 hours. So if we can do it in 7, I'll be happy. Well, wouldn't you know, as things always go, camera stopped recording at the money shot, at the one that we really needed, where I was pulling the engine out. It's out. Yeah, I don't know. I should have probably checked it more often, but no, she shut off. It wasn't even a dead battery. It had like 20% left. It was low, but it shouldn't have stopped. Plenty of storage. Whatever reason, it just shut off. So, my bad on that. Hopefully, I can get the other one going in. So, while this is not really an instructional video, I'll give you some of the things that I found out. One is taking the O2 sensor out. It's definitely worth the time. Lift the engine up, you can get right to it, and take that out so it doesn't hit the firewall on the way out. What else do we got here? I did not take the AC compressor out with it because I figured, why do that? We'll just leave her in. However, it hung up on the post that's on the engine. Let me show you here. This guy here, man, it would not come off this. Like, I could not ever get this into a spot. What I should have done, it has a little, threaded end on here, Allen end, and I should have taken this out. Might have even bent it. I'm not 100%. Yeah, it seems a little bit like maybe I bent that. That's how it kind of was tugging on it. So that was not great. The other difficult thing was I tried my very best. I was pushing in and everything, but the torque converter did pop out a little bit, and it has to be the whole way in for you to get the engine out. It's too close on this side. So obviously the little nub on the end caught the whole way. Once it was like out, then it was very difficult to get your hands in there without smashing them, which the only option is to pretty much put your hands in and smash them to get it back into place, which was not fun. That took a little while. Mistake on my part. Heater core hoses were a little annoying, just from, where they were. And they didn't, you couldn't really get a pair of channel locks on there to get them to break free, but eventually they did. Otherwise, kind of straightforward, not a big deal. We are about 3 hours and 10 minutes in at the moment. And I really think, like, now that I've done it once, I think I could cut probably 45 minutes off of that. Maybe a half hour, 45 minutes. I screwed around with stupid stuff that I should have just done a little bit differently. And now I know how to do it better. So, I'm sorry, guys. The fact that the camera stopped really sucks, but I'm not putting it back in to show you how it comes out. So that's just going to be what it is. Oh, and I did forget one bell housing bolt. There's one that kind of hides up in here. And, yeah, that one there caused me a bunch of problems, but we got her. And then out here, we got the new engine coming in. Lance just dropped this off. This is going to take me probably 30, 40 minutes here just to get everything off of this engine because I didn't do a junkyard pull like they did. So everything's cut off. I got to remove all the wiring and all those things. It's not a huge deal, but just a little annoying to have to do all that stuff. I'm trying to think of anything else. I think that's it. So I'm going to bring this guy in, start swapping everything, and then we'll be ready to go in. Engine is officially installed. Now, we did take a few breaks along the way, so like my time right now, I think it's just a little after 8. So we're like 8.5 hours in something like that. But I finished right about 7:30. Now we took a break or two along the way, ate some lunch and things like that. But I'm gonna say it was an 8-hour job, so they were right. I told you all my little gripes before and things that I could have done better. The big one that I messed up, which will be tough to see now, but right down in there, see if I turn on my flashlight. Yeah, you can't really see, but there is a bracket that holds the CV axle that runs across, and you want to make sure that that is flipped the correct way, or it causes a bunch of problems and costs you about an hour. So I think if I got real good at this, if I did another one, I think we could do it pretty quick.
Can you show them the old one?
Yeah, I can show them the old one. Yeah, there's an old one over here from the other engine. So yeah, that guy right there. When the new engine went back in, it was flipped around, but once it's flipped around, you can't really get it in place. So I used some pry bars and some ingenuity, and maybe I took a sander and, you know, whittled down the metal about 1/8 of an inch so that it'll actually spin around. But another thing we had to do was run out and grab some coolant and some oil because, well, we didn't have any here. We are fresh out, and we had a ton. How much oil and coolant and stuff? I mean, we had gallons and gallons of stuff.
Probably 4 or 5 gallons.
At least. And so we have been doing, so you know, we changed our oil. Now, granted, we didn't have a filter on hand, so this is the old filter, but we'll replace that. So he's topping her off there, and we're going to try our first startup. I only had one extra bolt. Wait a second. What's that?
What? That is the torque converter. Did you not put the torque converter in?
All I had was one bolt and then 3 little short bolts.
Those are probably the torque converter bolts.
All right, I'm just messing. All right, so that is an extra one that came on the junk engine. Well, the good engine. It wasn't on the junk engine. We got her good. So it's gonna run, guys. Please run. We are topped up with fluids. I'm all dirty, so Lance, why don't you
want me to
pop
do it?
in? Yeah, because I'm all dirty.
I don't think I'm gonna hop in.
Well, whatever. I think the key's in the door.
Actually, it's fire.
Oh, and he did, while we were doing all this, he did some body work. Well,
I thought you'd actually straighten up a little bit there first, but it didn't.
Yeah.
Were any of the coil packs loose?
I mean, no, I mean, not that I noticed.
It says there's 2, but they're both the same thing, I think. Well, hold on, that says 1 of 2. How do you go to the second one? Oh, okay. Injector circuit open, cylinder 3. Injector circuit open, cylinder 1.
Okay.
So 2 injectors not plugged in right, apparently.
All right. Well, I never unplugged
Or maybe the
injectors.
loom is bad.
If it's injectors, then it was nothing I did, because those I did not mess with.
But the end of the loom plugged into something.
Yeah, well, down here. Yeah, but no, those are plugged in. So, all right, pull the cover off and see what we got. After many toils, struggles, tears, and busted hands, actually, a lot of that. Lance has got these all rebuilt. These are new remanufactured injectors now. They definitely weren't just pieced together between the 2 engines. So hopefully this fixes the problem. And looking at the old ones, I really actually think I'll let him do that. I think it will. These guys were, you can't see hardly, some of them, they're all torn apart now, but they were very corroded and nasty and rusty and just not good. So I think this is going to fix our problem. You got us back together yet?
No.
Looked like something happened there.
It actually does, kind of. I say we try it at least.
Yep.
Go behind there.
What is that? it just didn't have fuel?
I wonder if it's starving out.
Sounds a lot better now.
I don't know why I have the high idle.
Well, might need a throttle body relearn.
I was wondering about that, or just switching the throttle body with one that hasn't sat outside.
Perfect. Perfect. So we switched the throttle body from that engine that was programmed to this car, because otherwise you got to do a relearn when it's not learned. I don't know, when it's not matched with the car, cause the high idle. We're just gonna let her heat up here, finish topping off the coolant. Kind of good to go. The only thing I hear is just maybe a little exhaust leak. Feels like an exhaust leak. The flex pipe down below did not have a lot of like stability to it. So I think that's probably where it is. How's she look? No
Looks
check
good.
engine light back yet?
Nothing yet. Full tank of fuel.
That is never a good sign. I like it when cars come in on E.
Well, I mean, that really was what happened on this one, though. Like, they filled it up.
That is how it works, actually.
And then they broke a timing
Have
chain.
you ever had an engine blow up without having a full tank of fuel?
No.
It can't happen.
Yeah, you should always run on empty. No, dude, she operates good.
So make sure we get through all the gears.
Yeah.
Yep, there she
just
goes.
by the top gear.
Nice.
See if AC works.
It should. I very pointedly did not
Uncharge it.
take apart that system, so. Because I don't want to have to do the whole evacuation thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Feels like AC to me.
Yep, AC's working. It's real tough to see here, guys. I apologize. Oh, that's probably better.
Hey, that's hard to drive, but whatever.
Don't worry about it.
Your seatbelt's not on?
Nope. All right, let's take her back. Test drive went perfect, no problems other than that little bit of an exhaust leak, but we'll get that taken care of, not a big deal. And we got ourselves a beautiful little runner car. It'll be up for sale. So really a pretty easy little job. Now I know a few little tricks. Can find all the Malibus and everything that runs the 2.4 and just replace them all the time. I really hope that doesn't happen. Otherwise, as far as the purposes of this video, we're done. Malibu's done. We're gonna put it up for sale. Yeah, I know. We weren't even gonna do anything with the body, but Lance couldn't help himself and started taping that stuff off, so that I didn't plan for in this video at all. We were just gonna sell it as is. And, well, now here we are. So, you're not getting that part of it. Just assume that we painted it and it kind of matched, because we're not real good painters. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great night.